Flagler steps out of conference as Edward Waters visits St. Augustine for a midweek matchup. Saints are riding a 2-game winning streak as they look to build on this weekend's momentum with an eye toward finishing strong. Saints baseball starts now. Hi, everyone. Dave Wenda along with Jordan Fauci and our producer Laura Plexico. It's Edward Waters today from up in Jacksonville, and there'll be 2 games against the Tigers this Tuesday and then a week from Tuesday, also here at Drysdale Field. And Jordan, for the Saints, kind of a different-looking lineup.
They've switched things up here. We have Jack Hodges making his first start of the season here for the Saints. You have Johnny Kroll making the start catcher, and you have Zach Thomas, who's played sparingly here, mainstay with Matthew Burke generally at second. But you have Zach Thomas coming in here, and then also Coy Phillips and Taylor Clapp both getting the start. We've seen Taylor Clapp play shortstop now. This will be his second game playing shortstop here for the Saints. So trying to switch things up, keep the good vibes going. It's a great day to have a day, and the Saints have won 2 straight.
Yeah, 2 of 3 from Lander over the weekend. Today's starter is Jake Janata, number 25. A look at Janata's numbers, if I can track them down here. And he's making his 4th start, his 9th appearance overall, 5.84 earned run average. He has an 0-1 record. He's thrown 12 1/3 innings, allowed 17 hits, 10 runs, 8 of them earned. He's walked 11 and struck out 7. What do you know about Janata? You've seen more Flagler baseball than I have this year.
Janata, journeyman for a college player. He's bounced around quite a bit in his career, but gives you just a good middle-of-the-rotation kind of arm. Can locate very well, and when he can locate, he can force a lot of ground balls, weak contact, and that's really all you want out of a guy who is going to come out of the middle of the rotation.
Leading off for the Tigers is the shortstop, Peyton Schubert. And the first pitch is off the plate, ball 1. Schubert, a .321 hitter, started every game he's played this year. So this is his 32nd start. Hit 3 home runs, and he's driven in 24, tied for the club lead. This one's off the plate, 2 balls and a strike.
Be important here for Janata to start out strong. This Edward Waters team deceptively can hit the ball very well, 284 on the season, but the power numbers are encouraging, 12 homers on the season. Definitely something to look out for.
Beautiful 71-degree day here at first pitch. Not a cloud in the sky. It's been gorgeous here in St. Augustine today. And Schubert works the leadoff walk. Not what Janata was looking for. That brings up Leonel Diaz, the designated hitter. And the first pitch is inside. Diaz hitting .298. He's got 3 long balls, and he's also driven in 24 runs. So good run-producing numbers at the top of this Tigers lineup. Ready for the 1-1. Grounded foul. Edward Waters is 14-16 on the year, or is it 17-18? I'm seeing 2 different numbers, one on the SIAC website and one on the lineups for today.
The
swing and a miss.
Absolutely great pitch there to draw the strikeout. Changeup kept it low. Janata really does a good job of really pushing on the gas, speeding him up when he needs to, and then pulling the string. That changeup's a big pitch for him.
So that brings up the third baseman, Hugo Schoening. Check on Schubert at first. Schoening with a .339 average, second on the club. He's driven in 29 runs. And the runner breaks from first. The throw down, bounces, and is not in time. It's a stolen base for Schubert, and the Tigers have a runner in scoring position.
Great pitch to throw on there, too. High and outside. Almost was like a de facto pitch out. Just throw unable to deliver a strike. Got a great jump, Schubert did. Now they got a runner in scoring position.
There's the 1-0. And that scoots away from Crowell, and it allows Schubert to move up to third. So Johnny Crowell getting the start behind the plate. Jack Hodges getting a start at third. Zach Thomas is at second instead of Matthew Burke, the usual second baseman. So some regulars getting a day off. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that misses upstairs. 3 balls and no strikes.
A little bit of early action in the bullpen here. Saints have a right-hander warming up slowly.
3-0 pitch is pumped in for a strike. And a base hit to right. It'll score the first run of the game. An RBI single from Schoenig plates Schubert. And it's 1-0, Edward Waters.
Good piece of hitting there. Took the ball the other way. Able to just poke it out into shallow right. And especially with the runner on third, not trying to do too much there. And that's a great piece of hitting.
So that brings up Leonel Garcia, the first baseman. Lays off the pitch inside. Ball 1. That one blocked by Crowell. 2 balls and no strikes. Montanata struggling a little bit finding the strike zone.
Yeah, it's been an issue with him this season. When he's been on and stayed in the strike zone, he's been very effective. It's just today, sometimes you just have to labor through it and see if you can really work these counts, and not doing that as effectively as he needs to thus far.
Count is 2 balls and no strikes. Another check on Schoening at first. .20 pitch, grounded past the pitcher to second. The only play is to first, and Thomas makes it. So there are 2 gone here in the first, with a runner in scoring position, and the batter is Dequarius Tompkins. One ball and no strikes to Tompkins. 1-0 Edward Waters, top of the first inning. And that one misses as well. So a lot of pitches early on here for Janata in this first inning. Trying to escape with just the 1 run of damage by Edward Waters.
Janata really focused on these runners so far. I'd like to see him just focus up, try and deliver some strikes. You don't want them to get the impression that you're in there in your head, and he's given that. He's picked off a couple of times so far. Here you go, come back, dropping a nice breaking ball.
Here's the 2-1. That's high. 3 balls and a strike. Set for the 3-1 delivery. Ground ball to third. It's Hodges. Throw across is bounced, and it pulls Phillips off the bag. An error keeps the inning alive. And now runners at the corners.
A tough break there for Giannata, who doesn't have his best stuff so far today. You really need your defense to come and pick you up. But tough throw across the diamond. I think he rushed it a little and just ended up yanking it.
So the batter is Dalton Pass, the center fielder. First pitch, strike to Pass. Giannata's thrown 23 pitches already. Tompkins bluffing at first base. And it certainly drew the attention of Giannata. The 0-1 is low, ball, and a strike. Ground ball fielded by Giannata. That'll end the inning, but not before Edward Waters gets a run on a hit. They leave a couple. It's 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the first. Why don't you try the other headset, even though it kind of not a great headset? It's clicking. Talk to the utilities on how to roll a cable. Yeah. Go ahead and plug it in real quick, and we'll see if it sounds better. Give it a check there.
Microphone check one. Microphone check one.
Still got a little click, doesn't it?
Tiny little click, yeah.
It's better. It's better.
Definitely better.
And welcome back. Bottom of the first inning. Edward Waters gets one in the top half of the frame. And now Flagler will send Sims Owens, Trey Newland, and Taylor Clapp to the plate to face Dwayne Maduro. First up, Sims Owens, the right fielder. And the first pitch is outside. One ball and one strike. Maduro making his 8th start, his 9th appearance overall. He's 2-3 on the season. 6.75 earned run average. He's thrown 32 innings, allowed 41 hits, 27 runs, 24 of them earned. He's walked 19 and struck out 30, so good strikeout numbers.
It's from the U.S. Virgin Islands as well. Maduro is freshman, 5'10", 155 pounds, brings a lot of velocity along as well. Be interesting here to see how the Saints attack him.
Ground ball to the second baseman, Nunez. And there's one gone. So that brings up Trey Newland. Newland, fourth on the team with a .304 average. 41 hits and 135 at-bats. He has 7 doubles. Surprisingly not a triple. He's not homered either. 21 runs batted in. And a first pitch strike to Newland. Behind 0-2. Maduro working quickly, bounces that one in for a ball. Here's the 1-2. Hard hit, base hit into left field. So the Saints have their first hit, their first base runner, and that brings up Taylor Clapp.
Nice to see Newland attack there. That's a great 0-2 approach. Watch the first breaking ball just off the dirt away and then came back. I think that was a little front door slider that he just roped over the third baseman's head. And now we get to see if he can extend his lead in the PBC with stolen bases.
20 on the season. One better than Kyle Lodis. And Newland breaks. The throw is, they say he bobbled the ball. The throw was in time, and the initial call was out, but the umpire changes it to safe on the bobble, so it is a stolen base for Trey Newland.
A little confused as to how the bobble would come into play there. I thought Newland was safe just originally. I thought the throw came in a bit too high and he got his hand in. Obviously, I don't have a very good view of being up in the press box, but I don't see how a bobble could change the outcome there.
Base hit to right field, and Dave Barnett is going to send Newland. The throw will be cut off, and the Saints have tied it at 1 apiece.
That's a great piece of opposite field hitting right there. Going the right way with the ball, not trying to do too much, and the Saints tied right back up.
Well, Taylor Clapp has looked good, getting a couple of starts in a row now at shortstop. He looks very comfortable both in the field and at the plate. And now it's the cleanup hitter, Justin Haskins, the DH. First pitch ball. Edward Waters guided by Reginald Johnson II in his 12th season. Last year he guided Edward Waters to the Black College World Series national title.
Wow.
Count is 2-1 to Haskins. Johnson's a Jacksonville native who, talking about journeyman, he played at 3 different colleges during his careers. The runner breaks. Clapp nearly as speedy as Newland, and he's in there with a stolen base.
These aren't even the worst throws coming from the catcher either. He's gotten them down there in time.
And they're fairly accurate.
They're fairly accurate. Yeah, definitely. They're in time to make an out. Just Saints getting there just in time.
There's a strike. Haskins thought he had worked the walk.
Every single time we've seen that this year, a strike has been called.
And umpires love it. So the payoff pitch coming to Haskins. Fouled off. Saints as a team have now stolen 69 bases.
What you need after a long inning from Janata is to come back and kind of return the favor. Defense doesn't really need that much time to rest, but if we see Janata come back out.
Swing and a miss from Haskins will throw down, and then Clapp takes the extra base on the throw to first.
That's smart base running right there. That's real smart base running.
So 2 gone, and the batter is Tim Kudlinski, the left fielder. Saints looking to take the lead with the go-ahead run 90 feet away.
Pretty solid crowd here for a Tuesday as well. Got a packed house. Beautiful day for baseball.
High drive into right field. Drifting over and making the catch is Caden Hutchinson. The Saints tie it 1-1 as we head to the second. Top of the second inning, 1-1, and it will be 7, 8, and 9 for the Tigers. Caden Hutchinson, Anthony Roman, and Luis Nunez. This is Hutchinson, the right fielder. Hutchinson hitting .263, has a couple homers, and he's driven in 8.
Would love to see Janata able to bounce back from that first inning and just kind of stretch him out as long as you can. Try and keep the bullpen, not as try to tax the bullpen as much. Generally, this has always been a
slow roller to third. And it's an infield hit for Hutchinson. Hodges did about everything he could, but playing back a bit, and the slow roller, no time to field it and throw out the speedy right fielder. That brings up Anthony Roman. Roman's the catcher.
Not really any hard contact so far off of Janata.
That's a good-looking line drive, but right at the left fielder, Kudlinski.
Just as I was saying, there hasn't really any hard contact. Seems like it's been all year that I've really just been able to jinx this team.
That brings up the 9-hitter, the second baseman, Luis Nunez. First pitch is a ball. Nunez, a .259 hitter. He does have a home run. He's driven in 6. The runner breaks. Throw from the knees is not in time. Clapp thought he had the out.
I thought he had the tag must have not touched him because we had a pretty good angle on that one at least. And it looked like the tag was there before he touched the base. Tag must have not got to him.
So the count is 1-1 with a runner in scoring position. Big cut and a miss from Nunez. One-two pitch fouled away. Throw behind the runner. It hit him. Kept it from going into center field potentially. Now, Edward Waters is kind of similar to Flagler in that they're both former NAIA programs, now in D2. Edward Waters plays in the SIAC. And the Tigers, as the pitch is outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes, are the only Florida team in a league that has a lot of teams out of Georgia, Alabama, South Carolina, and even Tennessee, as Flagler's the only Florida team in the Peach Belt Conference. Roller and the hold on the right side knocked down by Phillips. The throw is in time.
What a play. I didn't think Janata got the bag. But that's a great play right there from Phillips. And then Janata really kicked it into high gear late there. I don't think he thought that Phillips was going to get to that one, but able to turn on the Jets late and just barely beat the runner to first.
That was kind of a no man's land, and Phillips had to make the decision either play the ball or get to the bag. He played the ball and trusted that Janata would get there, and apparently he just did. Back to the top of the order, and Peyton Schubert, who walked and stole a base, came around to score the first run of the game.
SIAC has a team in Tennessee.
A couple, if I'm not mistaken. I think Lane is, and perhaps there's another one.
I do not envy this team having to make that drive.
I think, if I remember from their website, they just played Lane, and that is the farthest trip in the SIAC.
I have to imagine Kentucky State's in Kentucky.
Right.
It's a fair assumption.
And this one popped up into short center field, shielding his eyes and making the catch is Clapp, and that ends the inning. A single, but no runs scored. Still 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. Bottom of the second inning, a new pitcher for Edward Waters is number 29, Will Valenti. Valenti, a 6'2 junior right-hander. And the first pitch is a strike. So the starter, Maduro, goes the one inning, allows a run on a couple of hits. Line drive to the shortstop. Nice play by Schubert.
Encouraging signs here for the Saints, though. A lot of loud contact, even though they've hit into a couple of outs, but it's always an encouraging sign if you're barreling the ball up well.
The Saints went 2-2 last week, and what was the batting average, John? 186. So that tells you they got great pitching to split the 4 games. They took 2 of 3 from Lander here. And even in the loss, Gage Voorhees was outstanding in a complete game effort. This one fouled back. Batter is Zach Thomas. And the count is 1-1 strike.
Speaking of Gage Voorhees, birthday today.
That's what I understand. Happy birthday. Hard hit into the gap. This could be extra bases. Thomas turns and heads for second, and he'll be in with a stand-up double. First extra base hit of the game. So that brings up Johnny Crowell, the catcher. Runner in scoring position. Crowell, a 200 hitter. Doesn't get a lot of at-bats. Just 2 hits and 10 at-bats. Both hits have been doubles.
I'd love to see him go and replace Thomas there on second with the
one. Switch places for sure. So we were talking about the SIAC a little bit. The other Tennessee team is Lemoyne Owen in Memphis. So talk about some long trips for Edward Waters, having to go to Memphis, Tennessee. Also head to Tennessee for Lane and then Kentucky State. Remember, they're heading from Jacksonville, just 45 minutes up the road from here. Two balls and a strike. What is Flagler's longest trip now? Georgia Southwestern? Young Harris, North Georgia. Here's the 2-2.
Saints have gotten unlucky with buses in the last couple of years. However,
they've been unlucky?
Unlucky with buses. What was it? Last year they had to push the bus. This year, was it a fire on the? I want to say that the bus caught fire on back from a road trip, delayed them for a little. They had to
exciting
call it a new one. Yeah, definitely exciting. Hoping that the buses are all good for the rest of the year.
Right.
This year.
Full count to Crowell. And he stays alive. Well, speaking of trips, Flagler would love to make a trip to the PBC tournament. There are a couple of games behind in the win column for the last spot on the tournament to Augusta. Tied in the loss column.
It's a great segue there, Dave. Just had to give you props for that one. But, yeah, they got 3 against Claflin this weekend. Yeah, 3 against Claflin this weekend. And Augusta has USC Beaufort. So you're going to hope for a sweep and then hope for some help.
Right.
From Beaufort. Buford 5-19 in the conference. Claflin 0-23.
Claflin finally got their first win of the year. They're 1-34. They were over on the season until just recently. This is Jack Hodges, third baseman.
Second at bat of the year for Hodges. See if he can make something happen here.
The 0-1 is high. So Augusta has very winnable games against Buford, but at least Buford is better than Claflin, who Flagler has here at home. So really, Flagler just needs to take care of business as much as they can and win the winnable games. Right off the pitcher's glove, he recovers without the glove and is able to throw out Hodges.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. The ball, it's going to take a second here. Definitely throws you off. It looked like the ball kind of hit him in the palm area and took the glove off of him. Great heads-up play to stay with it.
Yeah, to just recover and be able to find the ball after you've been struck with it. And it appears that Valenti is okay. Quick check from the coaching staff of Edward Waters. Flagler fans, if you want to support all Flagler athletics, join the Saints Club. Visit flaglerathletics.com and click on the Saints Club link for details. Back to the top of the order in Sims Owens. First pitch swinging.
So it's got a pair of arms going in the pen right now. Looks like we have a left-hander going. Don't know if they're going to stretch out Janata for another one.
Here's the 0-1. Stays outside. A ball and a strike. Owens grounded out to second his first time up.
Hard hit ball on that ground out.
The pitch scoots away, but it's hit him.
Yeah, I think that caught him right on the front side of that hip. Breaking ball just ran a bit too far inside, and now a big spot here for Trey Newland.
That loads the bases for the center fielder today. Newland's been playing a lot of left. Played nearly exclusively in center in 2022, but with Clapp joining the lineup, that's pushed Newland over to left field, but getting the start again in center today. And he had a single his first time up, and now he has two. He drives in the go-ahead run. They'll also send Crowell, and the Saints jump on top, 3-1.
Just sent that one right back up the middle, wasted no time, and the Saints love two-out hitting. Just love two-out hitting. Now you have the hardier lineup coming up, and you still have two ducks out on the pond.
Yeah, Newland stretched that to second, so two runners in scoring position. Owens at third, Newland at second. The batter is Taylor Clapp, who has a single, a stolen base, and a run driven in. One ball and one strike. That evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Love the approach here from from Clapp. Looking at a lot of pitches, making them work, and hopefully he can fight one off here.
Count runs full. That's the 26th pitch thrown by Valenti. And the runners will be off with the pitch. Swing and a miss. The inning is over, but the Saints tack on a couple more and lead it 3-1. Top of the third inning, and the new pitcher is number 31, Benjamin Stubbs, for the Saints. Stubbs making his 8th appearance. He has started a game. No record on the season. He's a 12.71 earned run average with 5 2/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 10 hits, 9 runs, 8 of them earned. He's walked 8 and struck out 8. And this is Leonel Diaz for it, swings at the first pitch and fouls it away. Diaz struck out his first time. Hard hit ball, but foul. It's into the parking lot. Closes the book on Janata, who went 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, a run, it was earned, walked 1 and struck out 1.
That ball was hit with bad intentions and
just a bit outside.
I think Janata, or Stubbs, my mistake, tried to slow him down, had him out front with the breaking ball that he yanked a million miles. Now he's trying to come back with the fastball, but leaving him outside.
You missed it on Sunday, Jordan. Bryce Fitzgerald hit a monster grand slam. I mean, it was a no-doubter. The left fielder didn't even move. And that was his first career home run as a Saint.
I know. I was really disappointed. I've been workshopping a grand slam call for the last 2 years, waiting for one to come out. And one of the rare game that I miss is we get one. And the first home run at that for his career.
And it was a no-doubter. It was a thing of beauty. The wind was kind of gusting that way, but not blowing hard. It was a surefire, a genuine no-doubter.
I'm happy for him. Disappointed that I couldn't break out the call. And I've really just been working. I was talking to a couple of the guys before the game today about it, and I ran the call back past them. I'm going to keep it locked up for now just in case we get one of these last couple of games, but they're looking forward to it. They said they'll try and get another one for me.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, too. The Saints don't hit a lot of home runs. It's not really in their makeup. This is Schoening, who has a single.
First pair of shoes there for Stubbs. Led all of the state of Georgia last year in strikeouts. Had 125 strikeouts in 74 innings pitched, which is just a tremendous ratio there.
That's high school ball.
Yes.
All right.
Let me try and translate that. Here to the Saints, true freshman. Seen a lot of true freshmen here this season.
Yeah.
Kind of a stray away from what we've seen in prior years from Dave Barnett and company.
All right, he tends to mix it up with junior college transfers from other four-year schools.
A lot of red-shirted guys as well. But see what Stubbs can do here.
And he did not check his swing. It's a strikeout, the second of the inning for Stubbs. And there are two gone for Leonel Garcia.
Little back foot breaking ball action. Pairing that with a good fastball. And that's going to really cause problems for opposing hitters. Especially guys, it's good for a left-hander or right-hander if you're throwing to lefties to have that good mix. Because that back foot breaking ball you can really mix in well with the fastball and confuse guys.
Ground ball, sharply hit, but right at Phillips. 3 up, 3 down as Stubbs comes in and does the job. Flagler leads it 3-1. Bottom of the third inning, Saints with a 3-1 lead. Haskins, Kudlinski, and Phillips due up for Flagler. First pitch swinging from Haskins. It's a fly ball. It's going to fall in for a base hit. Long run there for Aquarius Tompkins, and they got a bit of a late jump, I think.
Off the bat, I thought that was going to poked out a bit further. No wind here today. Usually you have that wind blowing in from left field. But Haskins continues his hot streak.
Kudlinski swings at the first pitch, fouls it off.
Haskins is one of just 3 Saints hitting over 300 on the season.
And there's a second consecutive hit. Haskins moves up to second on the Kudlinski single. So 2 on for Coy Phillips, who lined out to short his first time.
Good to see Phillips starting to get a bit more regular playing time here for the Saints. He was hitting something like 380 just in pinch hit appearances just a couple weeks ago. Now bringing one of the hot bats back into the lineup for the Saints. Big for a team that's been struggling offensively.
One 0 pitch lifted into left field. Tompkins shields his eyes, makes the catch. It brings up Zach Thomas, who doubled and scored a run in the second. First pitch is a ball. Now a ball and a strike. Well, interesting to see Thomas get the start instead of Matthew Burke. I don't know if it's just a routine day off or...
It might be. It's rare that we see a Saints lineup without Matthew Burke
exactly.
Second. And especially considering you got, what, less than 7 games left, 6 games left in the regular season. And if I'm not mistaken, this is Burke's senior season as well.
Because I think he's a junior. It seems like he's been here long enough to be a senior. 2-1, swing and a miss.
Especially with COVID and everything.
Right, I think that is what is the... He's been here a while.
Yeah, he's listed as a junior. Feels like he's been here for a decade at this point.
And a walk loads the bases. So Thomas is on for the second time today. The bases are juiced with 1 out for Crowell. Crowell walked and scored his first time. Saints with a chance to extend this 3-1 lead.
Have to imagine he's going to take a few here. First pitch in the dirt to him already.
Corner infielders have moved inside the bags. And the middle infielders at double play depth. Base hit for Crowell. That scores Haskins. Kudlinski right behind him. Going from first to third is Thomas, and Crowell has driven in a couple more to make it 5-1.
Good opportunistic hitting there. Saw a pitch he likes and drove it. Just a nice hard line drive into the outfield there.
So that brings up Jack Hodges, grounded back to the pitcher in his first at bat.
Have to wonder why they took out Maduro, who didn't have the best first inning, but you bring in Valenti, who's been pieced up here, and you still don't have anyone warming up in the pen.
Right. Now starting to get just a little bit of action down there in the Tiger bullpen.
Great take there from Hodges. Just watch that breaking ball float outside of the zone.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Still just 1 gone in the inning with runners at the corners and 2 runs in. Ground ball. This could be 2. Flipped to second for 1. The relay is in time, and that is the end of the inning. But the Saints get a couple more on 3 singles, and they lead it 5-1. And welcome back. Saints have extended the lead to 5-1 as we head to the 4th inning. Here with the play-by-play is Jordan Fauci.
Benjamin Stubbs going to face 5, 6, and 7 here. Aquarius Tompkins, Dalton Pass, and Caden Hutchinson. Stubbs cruised through the top half of the 3rd inning, Dave. Looking dominant on the mound here, and they gave him another shot to take care of the 4th.
Yeah, you talked about his strikeout numbers in high school, and struck out 2 of the 3 batters he's faced so far, 1 looking, 1 swinging.
Weak contact over there to Hodges at 3rd. Throw on to first is in time, and Stubbs continues to cruise here as this will bring up the center fielder, Dalton Pass. Pass in his first at-bat, grounded back to Janata, the pitcher back in the 1st inning.
Well, I'm sure that Coach Barnett and Coach Pelkey would love to get 2 or more quality innings from Stubbs here. Save some arms for the weekend.
Definitely the way that we've seen these Tuesday games sort of go. They've kind of drifted into bullpen games. That one's going to be grounded over to Thomas at 2nd. Throw on to first is in time. 2 up and 2 down. As Stubbs continues to work effectively and very economically.
Yeah, very efficiently. That's what I was going to say. I mean, not throwing a lot of pitches so far. Just thrown strikes and trusted the defense behind him.
He's going to bring up Caden Hutchinson. His first at-bat, he singled. First pitch here from Stubbs. In for a called strike. Stubbs bringing some cheese there on the mound. Good velocity from the left side.
Just his 19th pitch in an inning and 2/3.
Right back with a breaking ball, drops in for a strike. This is very efficient here. The 0-2. This one weakly grounded back to him. Kind of creams off his glove, and that will be in for, going to call that an error, or is that going to be E1?
No. It's a hit.
In for a base hit. So the first hit allowed here by Stubbs as Hutchinson reaches for the 2nd time today. This is going to bring up the catcher, number 27, Anthony Roman.
Yeah, Stubbs nearly out of the inning there if he had been able to somehow glove that, and it would have been a nice play, a really good play, and just careened off his glove and not able to make the play.
This one's going to be driven into right field. Owens will make the catch. So one runner is stranded on the weak base hit as Stubbs goes 1-2 with a little break in the middle and gets the 3rd out. Be back for the bottom of the fourth inning here at Drysdale Field momentarily here on the Peach Belt Conference Network. So we are back now. This will close the book on Will Valenti's day. He goes 2 innings, 45 pitches, 4 earned runs, and a strikeout, as we'll have Austin James take over, and he'll face the top of this Saints lineup. James, the left-hander, 6'3", 240-pound sophomore from Callahan, Florida. He'll face Owens, Newland, and Clapp. The 1-0 pitch here. It's going to be popped down the line in left and foul. So that will find its way into the Tigers' bullpen. That'll be even now to the Saints' right fielder. Owens will work it into a 3-1 count here. Owens batting .209 on the season, the .333 on base percentage, as he'll work a 5-pitch walk. Definitely not what you want out of your first batter that you face, especially to get someone like Sims Owens on, one of the tops in the Peach Belt Conference in terms of stolen bases.
Absolutely, and the red-hot Trey Newland steps in, already 2 for 2 today. Hit the ball hard both times.
Owens going to take off immediately, not even a throw down, as Owens got a great jump. Will be another stolen bag for Owens. Pitch missed inside as well. It'll be 1-0 to the center fielder, Trey Newland.
That's the 19th stolen base for Sims Owens on the season. Well, Newland with 21 now.
That puts him tied for second base in the Peach Belt, or second place in the Peach Belt Conference. A bit of a Freudian slip there. Be a 1-1 count now to Trey Newland, as he'll go fishing on a breaking ball. Count will be 1-2 now.
Well, we talked about the Saints not a club that hits a lot of home runs. I think it's 10 so far this season. But they do steal a lot of bases, whether it's Sims Owens, Trey Newland, Mason Gray before he was sidelined with the injury.
Do a good job of manufacturing runs, especially for a team that doesn't, not only do they not hit a lot of home runs, but not a lot of extra base hits either on the season. And you got to find a way to get guys in scoring position without stringing together a bunch of hits, and stealing bags is a great way to do that. It's kind of been the philosophy that we've seen out of Dave Barnett.
It really has, especially over the last couple of seasons. It's a bit of a new approach.
2-2 pitch, swung on and missed as Newland goes down swinging. This will bring up Taylor Clapp. Clapp is 1 for 2 on the day. He struck out in his last at-bat, but singled back in the first.
I think Newland was fooled by the pitch a little bit. I think he was maybe expecting something off speed, a pretty defensive swing as he was late on that third strike.
It's a great pitch there from James, able to dot the outside corner. See what Clapp can do here. We'll have Sims Owens at second in scoring position. First pitch swinging there for Clapp as he'll foul this one back. Clapp on the year has just kind of hung around the low twos. Does have 7 doubles, which is tied for the team lead. Definitely love to see another one here, as that breaking ball is going to miss way outside. Almost looked like it slipped out of the hands.
Yeah, that's I was going to mention. I don't think that was intentional. I think it just slipped.
Owens dancing on second as this one's going to be popped. Fouled down the first base line as it'll drift into the Saints bullpen. Count will be 1 ball and 2 strikes now to the Saints shortstop, Taylor Clapp. They're going to check on the runner. Owens' throw to second is not going to be in time as Owens goes to third. Kind of a strange decision there to throw behind the runner instead of just stepping off.
Right.
And Owens showing off the wheels there. So
with Owens' speed, I mean, that's not necessarily a great base running play, but he made it a tough defensive play for the Tigers.
This one's going to be driven into left field. Tompkins will make the catch, but Owens is going to tag from third. No throw as that one's cut off, and the Saints will make it a 6-1 ball game. It's going to bring up Justin Haskins as the sacrifice fly makes this a 5-run ball game. Haskins on the day is 1 for 2 with a single. He came around to score back in the third as well. First pitch swinging as this one's going to be popped into shallow left field. Just drifting foul. Haskins really attacking these first pitches. That's the third.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen that a lot from the Saints, going after first pitches. I was just going to mention DeQuarius Tompkins has had a couple very long runs, a lot of space to cover out there in left field, and we saw the one fall in. I think it was last inning for a single. In fact, it might have been Haskins.
I believe you're right on that one. Yeah,
it was sort of a lazy fly ball, but it was such a long run for Tompkins that it fell in for a single.
This one's going to be popped into left field. Tompkins struggling with the sun, but he'll make the catch. And that will do it here for the bottom of the 4th inning. The Saints get 1 on the Taylor Clapp sacrifice fly, and they lead 6-1 as we'll head to the top half of the 5th. The new arm on the mound here in the fifth will be Anthony Nofi, the 5'9" sophomore from Hanover, Massachusetts. He will face Luis Nunez and then the top of the order, so 9-1-2 for Nofi here. Left-handers worked a lot on his velocity. Came in as kind of a soft lefty, but has been pumping it up into the mid to high 80s.
I thought we were going to have some awesome introduction there. You said you've been waiting all season for this.
I have. I've been talking to Nofi. Just kind of the schedules haven't been working out. Nofi hadn't pitched at home in quite some time. Last time we saw him here was against Rollins College. Nofi pitched for the Brockton Rocks this past offseason. Couple notable sons of major leaguers there. Keith Folk's son, Gary Sheffield's son, David Ortiz's son. One of the Manny Ramirez Jr.'s also on that team. The 1-2 pitch misses outside. Count will be 2-2 now to Nunez. But kind of interesting note, Manny Ramirez has, I believe, 3 sons all named Manny Ramirez Jr.
Really? Kind of like George Foreman, huh?
Yeah, very similar in that respect.
I did not know that.
The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. First batter that Nofi sees, he sends back to the dugout. One out here now in the top of the fifth.
Nofi making his 7th appearance. He's been used fairly sparingly, just 5 1/3 innings of work on the season.
Dealt with some hip problems in that front side for him, but got a lot of work in some inter-squad matchups that the Saints have had. And then he's gotten some work on the road as well. Went 2 innings in his last appearance. At Embry-Riddle. That was last Tuesday. Count will be 2 balls and no strikes to the leadoff man, Peyton Schubert. Schubert 0 for 1 on the day. He walked back in the first, but popped out into shallow center in his last at-bat. That'll be 3 balls and 1 strike now to the Tigers shortstop.
Well, let's not forget how good Benjamin Stubbs was. I thought he was very impressive. Couple of innings of work. Just the one very soft infield hit allowed.
This one's going to be driven into shallow left. Coming on and making the catch will be Kudlinski. 2 up and 2 down for the Tigers. But, yeah, definitely don't want to gloss over the fact that Stubbs had a great outing. Sans that one infield single on the weak contact.
Right off his glove. Otherwise, he might have been out of it without allowing a hit. A couple of strikeouts and no other base runners.
Definitely encouraging signs that we've seen from the back end, or just the Saints bullpen arms, going into a pivotal stretch in the season. First pitch to the new man, Lionel Diaz misses. Diaz 0 for 2 on the day, is struck out twice. This one's going to be roped into left field. Could be extra bases. Kudlinski will make the throw in a second, a strong one at that. And Diaz, not the most fleet of foot, will park himself at first with a single.
He was thinking about it. He was thinking about it, too. Quickly out of the box, really hustled. Big aggressive turnaround first, but Kudlinski doing a good job of hustling the ball back in. And had Diaz tried to stretch it, I think he would have been easily out.
This will bring up Hugo Schoening, the third baseman. It's 1 for 2 on the day with a single back in the first inning. First pitch here from Nofi. Breaking ball right at that back foot. It's fouled off. That'll be no balls and a strike now. The 0-1 misses just outside. That will be even now. Saints with a right-hander warming up in the pen. Have a 5-run lead here in the top of the 5th. Breaking ball is laid off there. Count will be 2-1 now. Saints coming into a pivotal stretch of games. Really, everything's been pivotal for them in the second half of the season after the rough start. But you have 3 against Claflin, then you have a 3-game series against Georgia Southwestern, which can really determine whether or not you're going to make the playoffs.
Right, and Georgia Southwestern's really good. 3rd place in the league, 16-8 in the PBC. Those would be tough games on the road to close out the regular season.
Got 2s across the board here in the top of the 5th inning. Pitch on the way, swung on and missed as he'll go down swinging. 2 strikeouts for Anthony Nofi as he keeps the frame clean in the top of the 5th inning. There'll be a new arm on the mound here for the Tigers in the bottom half of the 5th inning. It'll be Carson Hurst, the junior right-hander from Jacksonville, Florida. Stands 6'1", 218 pounds, and will face Tim Kudlinski to start things off here. Kudlinski singled back in the 3rd inning. Finds himself 1 for 2 on the day. Batting .311 on the season. As he'll drive one into right field. Racing back and making the catch on the track is Caden Hutchinson.
Yeah, nice job by Hutchinson. Got a great break on it. Showed off the speed. I thought that was extra bases. I thought that was going to be over his head all the way to the wall off the Red Monster, but instead Hutchinson makes a nice play tracking it down, and I think it all started with the good jump.
Oh, yeah, 100% right there. So that was a fantastic jump. I thought that one was going to be trouble for him as well, but very athletic play there. It's going to bring up Coy Phillips. Phillips finds himself 0 for 2 on the day. Count will be 1-1. Now to the Saints' first baseman. This one, a little dribbler off the end of the bat. Could be trouble as that throw is going to go over the head of the first baseman. Phillips is going to take off for second, and he'll be in safe as Carson Hurst, with a costly mistake there, tried to make the plays. That one was just sort of a squib off the end of the bat.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really tough play for Hurst to make. I think he would have been better served just eating that ball and realizing it's kind of an unlucky base hit, or lucky if you're on the other side, if you're Coy Phillips.
Saints will take it any way they can get it here, as now there'll be a runner in scoring position for Zach Thomas. Thomas has reached twice today. He doubled back in the second, walked in his last at-bat. They'll have a duck on the pond and looking to make it a 6-run lead here for the Saints. First pitch swinging for him, as that one will work its way back to the backstop. But you got to like what you've seen out of the Saints hitters so far.
Yeah, they're putting together good at-bats. They're getting, in some cases, getting deep in counts. And they've made really good contact.
A lot of hard-hit balls so far today, as that's non-competitive swing. Carson Hurst had Thomas out in front of that breaking ball, as Thomas will find himself in a quick 0-2 hole. Hurst in his season with a 6.16 ERA. Made 12 appearances, 3 starts. So that pitch will miss for a ball. Solid strikeout numbers as well. 23 strikeouts to only 11 walks in 30 and 2/3 innings of work. 1-2 pitch misses outside. Count will be even now at 2-2. Two-two pitch on the way. This one's going to be flown into right field. Hutchinson will make the catch, and Phillips thought about tagging up there for a second, made the right decision, stayed parked at second.
I think just trying to draw a throw, bluffing there, and should Hutchinson maybe throw the ball away, a chance to move up, but just testing to see if Hutchinson will make an accurate throw back into the infield.
This will be Johnny Kroll, the catcher for the Saints, has reached in both appearances today at the plate, with a huge 2 RBI single back in the third.
That was a nice piece of hitting, clutch hitting, which is something that the Saints have been searching for this season to get consistently. And the guy doesn't get a lot of at-bats, doesn't get a lot of playing time, comes in and delivers the 2 RBI single.
This one popped up a mile high into shallow right. Hutchinson will come on and make the catch. Saints will strand a runner at second, and that will do it here for the 5th inning at Drysdale Field. There'll be a new arm on the mound as the 5'9" finance major from Mechanicsville, Maryland will take the mound. Blake Basante set to take control of the top of the 6th inning. He'll face Lino Garcia, Aquarius Thompson, and Dalton Pass. Garcia on the day is 0 for 2, grounded back to the first baseman in his last at-bat as he'll ground this one over to Clapp at short. Clapp unable to make the play in the hole, and that will go down as a base hit for Garcia.
Tough play for Clapp. Even if he's able to field that cleanly, it's a long throw against his body from deep in the hole.
I was hoping to see a Jeter throw from there.
Right.
Jump throw action.
Yeah.
On a Tuesday afternoon would have been fantastic here. Get the crowd back into it. As gotten a little quiet here as we've seen scoreless inning the last frame.
Yeah, you're right. It's crowd's kind of settled into the game.
No more of the clappers.
Oh, don't jinx it. Uh-oh. I think I just heard one.
As soon as I said it, it's a little bit of an event here as the Flagler College Recreations Department kind of had an event going, giving out the little fan clappers here to some of our Flagler faithful. Definitely drummed attendance up a bit more, as I believe we had 159 in attendance here today. Will be Aquarius Tompkins, the left fielder. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Runner at first is Lionel Garcia. Two-two pitch on the way from Basante. Swung on and missed. Is that one?
I think he might have got a piece of that. Maybe a foul tip.
Foul tip not controlled there by Crowell. So we'll go back at it again at 2-2. The 2-2 on the way. That one just misses outside as Sante wants that one. It's a pretty pitch there on the outer half. Just outside of the strike zone. Count will be full now. Tompkins will fight off another one back to the backstop. It's a good at-bat here for Tompkins. Trying to get this Tigers team back on. Kind of unlucky. They've left a lot of men on base today so far.
Yep.
3-2 is going to be popped. Foul into the Saints bullpen.
Yeah, 5 runners left on for both the Tigers and the Saints.
The 3-2 pitch. This one's going to be swung on and driven into center field as it'll hang up. Newland will make the catch as runner Garcia looking to draw a throw into second. Fake the tag up there. It's going to be Dalton Pass now. The runner on first is Garcia. Pass finds himself 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch here from Basante. Fastball. Bit of a challenge fastball there from Basante. Draws the swing and the miss. He's got Justin Haskins warming up in the bullpen. Throw over to first.
Phillips really trying to sell it. I think the runner got back in safely, but Phillips made like, hey, we got him there.
Definitely no Oscars in his future. Not a great acting job there. Always get the Oscars and the Emmys confused. Don't know if
they're both acting awards, so either way.
They're both acting.
Yeah, Emmys TV and Oscars are movies.
Oh, okay.
And Tonys are Broadway.
More you know. Look at this. As there'll be a throw behind the runner at first. Which one's the one for music?
Grammys. Yes.
Grammys. Okay.
Right.
Going through the whole award show lineup here on Tuesday afternoon. Nice day for some baseball here as the Saints have a 6-1 lead in the top of the sixth inning. Count will be 2 balls and 1 strike here to pass the center fielder. This one's going to be popped up just behind the second baseman, Thomas. Coming in will be Owens. He'll make the catch in shallow right, and there will be 2 outs now here for the Tigers.
Showing off the speed of the Saints outfield there. That was a long run for Owens, but he and Newland so fast and can cover so much ground. What might have been a tougher play for a slower right fielder, Owens made it look pretty easy.
Especially right field playing a bit smaller now as the wall's been brought in 10 feet, and in addition to now a bit more difficult as the runner's going to take off. The throw from Crowell nearly takes out Pasante. Close play at second as Thomas believes he thinks he got him, but that one is nearly a very scary sight.
I think that's the second time that Crowell has thrown from his knees, and obviously that lowers the trajectory of the throw to second, and Pasante was right in the way and somehow was able to dodge it.
Nearly got a haircut there, an unwanted haircut, as the count will be 1-0. This one's going to be popped in lazily into shallow center field as Newland will make the catch, and the Tigers will strand 1 as we'll head to the bottom half of the 6th inning here. Saints lead 6-1. New arm on the mound here will be Jeremiah Martinez, the 5'10" right-hander from Palmetto, Florida. He has an 8.22 ERA in 7 appearances, is 0-1. He'll face Jack Hodges, Sims Owens, and Trey Newland as Hodges finds himself behind in the count now, 0-2. Hodges' rough day finds himself 0-2 with a ground into a double play, but that's going to be a hit for him, and I believe that's his first career hit with the Saints as the Saints dugout goes crazy. Yeah, they're going to ask him for the ball.
And just one at bat coming in on the season, and obviously I think his first season here.
Pretty sure
it's an important moment for
Big
Jack
moment.
Hodges.
First career hit for Hodges. My jinxing going the other way there. I said that he was having a tough day coming into this at bat, and he quieted me down as soon as he got up to the plate, sending one right back up the middle. And now the top of the lineup's going to have a runner on to Sims Owens. They're going to check on Hodges. Kind of got frozen by the throw at first, but was able to get back in time. Hodges will take off as the throw down to second is not in time. Unable to make the play was the shortstop Schubert, as Hodges will collect the stolen base. It'll be a runner in scoring position now for Sims Owens. Count will be 1 ball and 2 strikes.
So first career hit, now first career stolen base. This is actually Hodges' second year in the program. He played in 4 games a year ago with 1 start, but was 0 for 7 in 2022. 0 for 1 coming into today, and now 1 for 3.
This one's going to be grounded to the second baseman. Throwing to first is in time as Nunez makes a nice play, but good situational hitting there from Owens as Hodges will now be on third base.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to make an out, make it to the right side, allow the runner to move up to third base, and set up Trey Newland.
Newland's had himself a pretty solid day so far with a single and a double. Struck out in his last at-bat, however, but he's looking for another RBI as the infield will be in for the Tigers. The 0-1 pitch behind Newland. Breaking ball nearly caught him on the backside there. Newland thought about swinging there, as that one will be called a strike regardless. He'll fall behind in the count now, 1-2. Newland able to foul that one off. Count will remain at 1-2. Newland on the year batting .304 with 21 RBIs coming into the day. As that pitch will miss and even up the count now. Newland the junior from Lake Worth, Florida, transferred over from Prince George's Community College. This is his second season with the Saints. He's been a regular starter for them. As he'll go down swinging here, Martinez looks to work himself out of a little bit of a jam.
Second strikeout of the day for Newland to go with 2 hits and a run scored, a stolen base.
This is going to bring up Taylor Clapp. Clapp in his last at-bat hit a sacrifice fly. Also was able to score himself another RBI on a single back in the first inning, which gave the Saints their first runs of the ball game.
Tried to hold up there, but the home plate umpire said he did offer at it.
That one will drop in for a strike as Clapp finds himself behind now, 0-2. The 0-2 misses outside. Hodges just 90 feet away. One, two. That one misses outside as well, as we'll have deuces across the board here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Saints still lead 6-1. As the bat will go flying, and that'll be strike 3. The batting gloves and the grip, not enough, as Martinez strikes out 2 in the inning. Saints will strand a runner just 90 feet away, and we'll head to the top half of the 7th here at Drysdale Field. Saints lead 6-1.
Center fielder, right? Kind of looks like Fitzgerald.
So we're back now here in the 7th inning here, and taking over play-by-play and bringing you through a couple changes for the Saints is Dave Wenda.
Thanks, Jordan. New pitcher, first of all, is number 38, Houston Wynn, who's a 6', 180-pound freshman out of Nokomis, Florida. Now playing left field is number 21, Ashton Thomas. He replaces Kudlinski. And Bryce Fitzgerald takes over in center for Trey Newland. So Dave Barnett started the day with some unfamiliar names in places like second base, third base. And now getting guys like Thomas and Fitzgerald some playing time in the outfield. First batter is number 27, the catcher, Roman, who's 0 for 2. A line out and a fly out. Here's a slow grounder. Smothered by Phillips. Throws to the covering Wynn. And a nice play on both ends for the first out of the inning.
Great play there. Definitely a product of some good pitcher fielding practice there. Some PFPs for Wynn, showing off the wheels there to get over and cover. Also, I feel like it would be remiss not to mention Bryce Fitzgerald's performance on Sunday.
Oh, the grand slam. I mean, it's the highlight of the season so far for me. I have not seen as many games as you have. Bunt attempt, and it's popped up from Nunez, who's 0 for 2 today. Fitzgerald had his first career home run, and it was a grand slam and nearly into the parking lot of the lacrosse field. I may be exaggerating just a bit there, but it was a moonshot, no doubt. A guy you don't think of as a power hitter.
I don't think I've seen him have an at-bat on the season.
He doesn't get a lot, you're right.
At least at home.
Fitzgerald just 21 at-bats, a 143 hitter, and those were his first RBIs of the season as well. The count's 2-2 to Nunez.
Wynn throws a great curveball. It's something that we've seen from him a lot. He's gotten some high leverage situations as well. pretty sure he has a save on the year. Might be confusing him. Yeah, he does have a save on the year.
Yeah, very good.
That one. And
his 18th appearance, he's 0-2 with a 4.57 earned run average, and that save. 2-2 pitch, just misses. Count goes full.
Thought we were gonna get a nice pair of shoes there. Count's gonna be full now, but Wynn really pitches behind that great curveball.
Now, I've covered a lot of baseball, watched a lot of baseball, not familiar with the pair of shoes reference. So is that something I missed along the way? And I'm guessing if I'm not sure about it, maybe some of our viewers aren't sure.
So the pair of shoes, as that one's going to be grounded to second base, is something that I picked up from Dennis Eckersley, who longtime color commentator and Hall of Famer, color commentator for the Boston Red Sox, is called a strikeout looking a pair of shoes because he kind of frees the guy there. And kind of just standing there, especially with a nice strike 3 call, just kind of his shoes are left there, pair of shoes. So the more pairs of shoes, the more strikeouts looking, pairs of shoes in the closet. I've used that for the last couple of years. But
no, I know you have, but I've always been confused.
Got to
so
remind
thought
the
I'd
audience,
ask.
If you're confused, I can't imagine what the audience thinks.
Slow grounder, cut off at third by Hodges. The throw is in time, dug out by Phillips.
Phillips showing off the aerobics there as he had one monster stretch. My groin just hurts watching that one.
Uh-oh. Well, it's 3 up and 3 down in the 7th. We head to the bottom half of the inning with the Saints still leading 6-1. Flagler 7, Saints lead at 6-1, and the 6th pitcher of the day for the Tigers is number 26, Gerald Parrott. Parrott, a 5'6" freshman out of Jacksonville. And dealing first with Justin Haskins. Haskins 1 for 3 with the run scored today. And he's behind 0-2. It's been a gorgeous evening. Still not a cloud in the sky. Comfortable temperatures for this time of year in St. Augustine, Florida, or Northeast Florida, obviously playing the Jacksonville-based Edward Waters.
Definitely not a gorgeous day for the guy's car who just got hit with that foul ball from Haskins.
A short fly ball and a diving catch made by Tompkins in left field. And again, a very long run for DeQuarius, and he makes the diving catch to rob Haskins of a hit.
Haskins really trying to give Tompkins a workout out there.
Yeah, really.
Every time he's made contact with the ball, it's been a sort of a little bloop fly ball over the shortstop and third baseman's head, forcing Tompkins to really get on his horse. We got a pinch hitter here. You got Bam up to bat.
Well, Ashton Thomas came in defensively in the top half of the inning, replacing Kudlinski, and now he gets his first at bat of the game. Thomas hitting 161. It's a couple of homers. So he has the club lead with those 2 home runs. Ground ball to first base, and handling it by himself is Garcia. So 2 quickly gone here in the Flagler 7th, and the batter will be Coy Phillips.
That's the one issue there with Thomas. We've always known he's a free swinger, likes to really attack the first pitch. And sometimes it seems like he just sits first pitch fastball.
Music, turn it off. And popping out is Phillips, a 1-2-3 inning, about as quick as you could do it. Still 6-1 Flagler as we head to the 8th.